Welcome to Outdoor Oasis Ideas. Today we're diving into the enchanting world of front yard landscaping, focusing on creating a fragrant flower garden with a welcoming pathway. A well-designed front yard is like a warm embrace, inviting guests and passers-by to pause and admire the beauty of nature. It's the first impression of your home, a space that sets the tone for what lies beyond. By incorporating fragrant flowers and a thoughtfully designed pathway, we can create an inviting atmosphere that delights the senses and welcomes all who approach. Let's begin with the centerpiece of our design: Fragrant Flower Garden. The key to a successful aromatic garden is choosing a variety of plants that bloom at different times throughout the season. Ensuring a continuous symphony of scent. Consider starting with classic fragrant perennials, like lavender, known for its soothing aroma and beautiful purple spikes. Plant them in clusters along the edges of your pathway or in dedicated beds for maximum impact. For a touch of whimsy and a burst of fragrance in the spring, consider planting lilacs. These hardy shrubs produce abundant clusters of sweetly scented flowers in shades of purple, pink, or white. They make excellent backdrop plants and can also serve as natural borders or privacy screens. Don't overlook the power of herbs in your fragrant garden. Not only do they smell wonderful, but they're also practical for cooking. Rosemary, thyme, and mint can be planted along the edges of your pathway, releasing their aromatic oils when brushed together. As we move into designing the welcoming pathway, consider how it will interact with your fragrant garden. Curved path adds interest and encourages visitors to slow down and appreciate the surroundings. Natural materials like flagstone or brick can create a timeless look that complements the organic beauty of your flowers. Space allows, consider widening the path in certain areas to create small gathering spots or viewing areas. People can pause to admire a particular plant or garden feature. Edging your pathway not only defines the space, but also adds a polished look to your landscape. Consider using materials that complement your home's exterior, such as brick, stone, or even recycled materials like glass bottles for a unique touch. Low-growing plants like creeping thyme or sweet alyssum can soften the edges of your path, adding texture and additional fragrance. As we design our fragrant garden and welcoming pathway, it's important to consider the overall composition. Think about creating layers of height, taller plants like lilacs, or climbing roses in the background. medium-height plants like lavender or peonies in the middle, and low-growing ground covers in the foreground. This layered approach adds depth and interest to your garden, making it visually appealing from all angles. Color is another important aspect of garden design. While fragrance is our primary focus, we can't ignore the visual impact of our plant choices. Consider creating a color scheme that complements your home's exterior. Water features can add another dimension to your fragrant garden and welcoming pathway. The sound of trickling water is inherently calming and can help mask any unwanted noise from nearby streets. A small fountain or a bubbling rock can become a focal point in your garden. Attracting birds and butterflies and adding to the sensory experience. Seating areas along your pathway provide opportunities for rest and reflection. A simple bench placed strategically can invite visitors to pause and enjoy the fragrances and beauty around them. Consider placing seating near particularly fragrant plants or in spots with good views of your garden composition. Vertical elements can add interest and maximize space in your front yard landscape. Trellises, arbors, and pergolas not only provide support for climbing plants like roses or honeysuckle, but also add architectural interest to your garden. These structures can frame views, create entryways, or define different garden rooms within your landscape. Don't forget the power of foliage in creating a lush, inviting landscape. While flowers are often the stars of the show, plants with interesting or fragrant leaves can provide texture and year-round interest. Consider incorporating plants like scented geraniums, which release a lovely fragrance when their leaves are touched, or herbs like lemon balm for a citrusy scent. Seasonal interest is crucial in maintaining an attractive front yard throughout the year. While many fragrant plants bloom in spring and summer, consider incorporating plants that offer fall color or winter interest. Ornamental grasses can provide movement and sound in the garden, while evergreen shrubs offer structure and color, even in the coldest month. Maintenance is an important consideration in any garden design. While a fragrant garden can be a joy to tend, It's important to choose plants that suit your climate and the amount of time you're willing to dedicate to garden care. Grouping plants with similar water and sunlight needs can simplify maintenance and ensure that all your plants thrive. Mulching is a practical and attractive way to reduce maintenance in your garden. A layer of organic mulch around your plants helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. As an added bonus, some organic mulches, like pine needles or cocoa hulls, can contribute their own subtle fragrance to your garden. Consider incorporating native plants into your fragrant garden design. Not only are they well adapted to your local climate and require less maintenance, but they also support local wildlife, including pollinators like bees and butterflies. As you plan your fragrant garden and welcoming pathway, consider the view from inside your home as well. Place fragrant plants near windows where their scent can drift indoors on a warm breeze. Design your pathway to create attractive views from key vantage points inside your house, turning your front yard into a living work of art that can be enjoyed from both inside and out. Remember that your garden is a living, evolving entity. Gardens grow and change over time, and part of the joy of gardening is adapting to these changes and discovering new possibilities along the way. Sustainability should be a key consideration in your garden design. Incorporate water-wise practices like drip irrigation or rain barrels to conserve water. Choose plants that are well suited to your climate to reduce the need for excessive watering or chemical interventions. By creating a garden that works in harmony with nature, you'll not only reduce your environmental impact, but also create a more resilient and low-maintenance landscape. Consider the wildlife your garden might attract. Fragrant flowers are often excellent at attracting pollinators like bees and butterflies. You might want to incorporate a small water source or specific plants known to attract birds. Creating a garden that supports local wildlife adds another layer of interest and helps support your local ecosystem. As you implement your design, remember that patience is key. Gardens take time to establish and reach their full potential. Consider the time of day when different fragrances are most prominent. Some plants, like evening primrose or night-blooming jasmine, release their scent in the evening. By incorporating a variety of plants that release their fragrances at different times, you can create a garden that offers olfactory delights throughout the day and night. Don't forget about the power of herbs in your fragrant garden. Many culinary herbs not only smell wonderful, but also offer practical uses in the kitchen. A small herb garden near your front door can be both beautiful and functional, offering easy access for cooking and releasing lovely scents every time you brush past. Texture is an often overlooked element in garden design. While we're focusing on fragrance, tactile experience of your garden can be just as important. Incorporate plants with different leaf textures, from the smooth, waxy leaves of camellias to the soft, fuzzy leaves of lamb's ear. This variety of textures adds depth and interest to your garden, inviting touch and exploration. Consider the long-term growth of your plants when planning your layout. That small shrub might become a towering tree in a few years, potentially overshadowing smaller plants. Research the mature sizes of your chosen plants and plan accordingly to avoid overcrowding or imbalance in the future. Don't underestimate the power of repetition in your garden design. Repeating certain plants, colors, or design elements throughout your landscape creates a sense of cohesion and flow. This doesn't mean creating a monotonous design. Rather, it's about creating echoes that guide the eye and tie different areas of your garden together. Consider incorporating edible plants into your fragrant garden design. Many fruit trees, like citrus or apple, offer beautiful blossoms and delightful fragrances. Berry bushes can provide visual interest, fragrance, and a tasty harvest. Mixing ornamental and edible plants can create a garden that appeals to all the senses. As you design your welcoming pathway, think about the journey it creates. Each bend in the path should reveal a new view or experience. This could be a fragrant rosebush, a piece of garden art, or a seating area. This sense of discovery encourages exploration and makes your front yard a more engaging space. Consider the scale of your plants in relation to your home and yard size. In a small space, too many large plants can feel overwhelming, while in a larger yard, small plants might get lost. Aim for a balance of sizes that complements your home and creates a harmonious overall composition. Remember that your garden can be a place of learning and growth, not just for plants, but for you as a gardener. Each season brings new challenges and opportunities to expand your knowledge. Embrace this journey of continuous learning, and don't be afraid to experiment with new plants or techniques. As we wrap up our journey through the world of fragrant front yard landscaping and welcoming pathways, remember that creating a beautiful outdoor space is an ongoing process. It's about creating a living, breathing extension of your home that evolves with the seasons and grows more beautiful with each passing year. We hope this exploration of front yard landscaping has inspired you to create your own fragrant oasis. If you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Outdoor Oasis Ideas.